Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen various videos of Sisyphus, or the same quote being repeated over and over. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. But what does it all mean? Well, to understand that, we have to know first who Sisyphus is. Sisyphus was a prominent figure in Greek mythology. He was the first king of Ephyra, and he was a very clever leader. However, he was also very sly. He ended up seducing his niece and killing several visitors of the city to demonstrate his power. This angered the gods, and Zeus ordered Thanatos, or Death, to chain him up to the underworld so he couldn't cause any more problems. However, Sisyphus was clever, and before being chained up, he asked Thanatos how the restraints worked, and while he was demonstrating it to him, he quickly trapped Thanatos with them and made his escape. With Thanatos trapped, nobody could die, and the world was thrown into chaos. Sisyphus knew his fate was sealed, but he had a plan. Before he died, he asked his wife to bury him without the proper rite, so he'd end up in the underworld. Once he was there, he asked Persephone, god of the underworld, to go back among the living, as his wife had not given him a proper burial, which he found disrespectful. Persephone agreed to let him go on one condition: he had to come back as soon as he had punished her. Of course, he didn't come back. He had escaped death by tricking the gods twice now, and they wanted to make sure there wouldn't be a third time. The messenger, Hermes, dragged Sisyphus to Hades, where he received his punishment. He was sent to the deepest part of hell, where he had to push a massive boulder up a hill, and whenever he got near the top, the boulder was cursed to slip and fall. And that's the story of Sisyphus, the man doomed to push a boulder up a hill for all of eternity. Now, why is he so prominent in today's day and age? Well, the story of Sisyphus can be relatable to many people, doing the same thing over and over again for all of eternity. For example, waking up, going to work, coming home, going to sleep. Waking up, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, waking to work, going to work, coming home, waking up, waking to work, going to work, coming home, going to sleep. Waking up, going to work, coming home, going to sleep. And so on and so forth. This is obviously an extremely dull existence, similar to Sisyphus. He had to push a boulder up a hill, only for it to fall back down again, only to push it back up again, only for it to fall back down again, and so on and so forth. But we as humans give these daily struggles value by making them our own. We find joy in the simplest of things and find meaning in the mundane. People will always be like that, and it can't change. This is where the quote, "One must imagine Sisyphus happy," comes in. The full quote actually reads, "The struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy." And this comes from Albert Camus' book, The Myth of Sisyphus. Camus imagines that Sisyphus must be happy, since he finds happiness in the fact that he accomplishes a task and does not care for the meaning of it. Camus also believes in absurdism, which, summed up, is the belief that human beings exist in a purposeless, chaotic universe. But that's oversimplifying it. To explain a little more, it means that the world lacks meaning and it doesn't make sense. He pushes a rock, it falls, he walks down, he pushes it again, and he knows that it'll fall again. Camus says that once Sisyphus acknowledges the futility of his task and the certainty of his fate, he's freed to realize the absurdity of his situation and to reach a state of contented acceptance. And with this, he says, one must imagine Sisyphus happy. This is similar to human life. Once people realize they are endlessly toiling away at their jobs, they can recognize the absurdity of it all. This branches out to all parts of life, not only jobs. The search for meaning is absurd as well, but as soon as we acknowledge the absurdity of seeking for any inherent meaning, but continue to search regardless, then we can be happy and gradually develop meaning from the search alone. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this helped you understand Sisyphus a bit better, and I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out my other videos and maybe check out my other channel as well, where I mainly post funny moments. Again, thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe.